All right, Shalom. It's the brother Kalaya coming at you with a quick lesson, man, and ultimately a reminder. Okay, prior to getting started, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rechakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, and this reminder, man, is pretty much predicated around the idea, all right, or the fact that we're not gonna, get the things in which we desire on this side, man. All right, and that's just the bottom line, okay? The things in which we desire should be, all right, the kingdom of heaven. All right, 1 second. You know how when you start a lesson, start thinking and meditating as you doing the lesson, and then scriptures just start popping out or popping up in your head. All right, real quick. Okay, this Matthew 6 and 19, and it reads, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, where thieves break through and steal." Right? Because ultimately, the things on this earth, okay, the things in which we can acquire now are going to be burned up by the ICBM nuclear missiles. All right? No, you can't do, what those Egyptians, those bonehead Egyptians thought they was going to be able to do and, bury themselves with their treasures. Also, you have different emperors of Japan, China, all right, some of those Asian countries. They used to bury themselves not only with their treasures, but with horses, with gold, with whole fleets of armies, man. All right, in the belief that they will be able to take those things with them. All right, and that's not possible. Okay. Even much so, it says, where moth and rust doth corrupt. All right. So things get old here. You see, they diminish in value. All right. Moth eaten. Okay. Different linens, especially pure linens. Okay. Cotton, wool. These are the sort of things in which, moths, they eat them. Okay. They consume them. All right, not just moths, but other insects as well. But nevertheless, moths are known for that. All right, rust. Okay, the breakdown of different metals. All right, just old age. All right, exposed to the elements. All right, things of that nature. You got people that want to preserve cars for years, and eventually these things break down. That's the main point. All right, which I'm going to get into the point of this lesson. But the point of that particular verse is the tangible riches of this world, all right, are for a small season. Okay, and to focus upon those things is futile and it's vanity. All right. It also goes into what thieves break through and steal. All right. The things in which you acquire here in Babylon are great, and we see it time after time again, especially within the communities, all right, of Jake, man. All right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, your possessions are able to be stolen, man. All right. But in the kingdom of heaven, all right, none of our possessions will ever get stolen ever again. You see, we're just gonna get into that. Verse 20, it says, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal." You see? Because you got to remember, we're going to have a perpetual kingdom that's governed in righteousness forever and ever, as the scriptures say. You see? None of our possessions will be moth-eaten or rusted, all right? Neither will anyone, dare to steal them, okay? And the only way we will get to that point is we go through, all right, this trial period, these last few seconds of this wicked ass kingdom, man. All right, preparing ourselves, you see, to overcome the hour of temptation. All right, the hour of, the implementation of the MOTB. You see, verse 21, it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." All right, and that's the premise of this lesson. Okay, and I'm gonna grab this, man. This is not the heart that I wanted. I wanted La'ab, but it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Pretty much, where your concern is, man. All right, where your intention is. You see? So this is the title of the lesson. All right, it says you have to be okay with not getting what you dreamed about in this world. All right, because the different things in which we dream about in this world, okay, are not aligned with the the plan of the Heavenly Father all the time. Okay, now if you focused on the kingdom of heaven and things of that nature, your dreams are aligned. Okay, but the things of this world, hey, we gotta forsake those things, man. Forsake those damn, I just the word slipped my mind. Salakia. But basically, forsake those dreams you had in this world, man. Okay, the glory, all right, the being well known by people, all right, impressing people of this world. Hey, the brother, when I first came into the truth, the brother Ra'aya used to always say, all right, from down here in the New Orleans camp, what's a dead man's opinion? Okay, if these people are not in the truth, what sense do it make trying to impress them? They've received their consolation, and this video is inspired, all right, by the live lesson we did yesterday. Pretty much going into the currency of this world, man. All right, and I just had a talk with a particular brother, pretty much going into, hey, it's not the decisions that you make as far as purchasing power, all right, purchasing things that you may like, right? It's what comes behind that decision that you make. What's the energy force behind you making those decisions? Is it to impress, women? Is it to, impress guys you may look up to? These are all things in which we must filter our decision making through. All right. If it's not aligned with, all right, walking the straight gate and aligning with the law, statutes, and commandments and our goal, our end goal, which is to make it on those chariots, then it's aligned with the ways of the world, man. Okay, so we have to be okay with, not getting those things, man. When the Lord deny you of certain things in which you may have longed for, you got to be okay with that. All right. So I'm going to get back to the 3 precepts I did have. Proverbs, I'll get it from here. Proverbs 30 and 8. All right. It's Proverbs 30 and 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies, right? Because all of these things in which I'm saying, okay, as pertaining to the aspirations, that's the word I was looking for earlier. Thawada Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Let me see if I can grab that. Let's see. No, that's not it. Yeah, and bear with me. Okay, just looking at something. Right. Aspiration in the online etymology. It says going down, it says to strive for, to seek, to reach. All right, literally to breathe at, Okay, what you would basically what Jake is living for, man. All right. It says the meaning steadfast longing for a higher goal, earnest desire of something above one. Okay, yeah, and that's ultimately all right. What the aspirations you see of the world are, things like becoming a rapper, becoming a CEO of some sort of corporation, and things that follow that, man. All right, which there's plenty more. Being a NFL player, major sports player of any kind, right? We abandoned those aspirations long ago. All right, even to be renowned in whatever particular part of the city or friend group, whatever the case may be, man. All right, these things are futile to the ultimate goal in which Yahweh Shem Shai has put forth in front of us, man. And you have to be okay with letting that go. All right. Don't. And what I'm saying is this. Jake can have nice things. All right. Hey, brothers love nice things, man. We Yasharala, okay? Hey, brothers love nice shit. Nice cars, jewelry, okay, clothes. Hey, we love women, right? The whole nine. All right, Jake not saying you can't have those things, but you got to understand the difference between, all right, sacrifice and settling for. Of course, we don't want, settle for shit. But sometimes it's not settling, it's sacrificing, man. All right. Ultimately, we know these things. We're gonna get these things in the kingdom 100-fold. So sacrificing your desire for that thing on this side is something that we all must do, in its respected portion too, man. All right. Certain brothers gotta sacrifice more of their lust on this side. You see? Let's get that word lust. Yeah, desire, appetite, inclination, pleasure, right? When we hear the word lust in today's age, we think of lust in a negative connotation, but lust can also be something positive too, right? We lust for righteousness. We lust for order, okay? We lust for the kingdom of heaven. You see? That's our desire, our pleasure. You see? Come on, man. But it's all a thing of balance, man. The Lord take away things that we may not go off. Okay, some things are not meant for Jake on this side, and you have to be okay with that. All right. So Salakia from rambling. Let me finish this out. Proverbs 30:8. It says, "Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me." You see? Hey, this the mindset we should be in, okay? Yeah, we might not have the best looking car, best wardrobe, things of that nature, but to hell with it. What are these things, all right, in comparison to being a first fruit of the kingdom of heaven, all right? What these things are but nothing, okay? These things are tangible things. All right, things you can touch now. You see, you only get one shot at fighting for that crown, man. To be a first fruit, you only get one shot to that, right? So, you gotta be grounded and well rooted, man, to actually, put these things aside. All right, be okay, be comfortable with not having the things that you want, man. You got to be comfortable with that. And hey, that's a fate thing too, bro. You got to ultimately put your faith so much in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua that these things don't even come to, they don't even pop up in your mind, man. Fuck it, And, fuck these people. Because that's all Jake do it for. To please others. These people ain't even in the truth, man. These niggas wicked. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua look down on them, man. And you'll be a fool to please them. Let me get this over with, man. It's frustrating when you think about it, man. We too close to the end to be dealing with, little small temptations like this, man. And I say that respectfully. I say that as a brother, to other brothers who may be dealing with this particular situation, all right, in hopes to encourage brothers to come out of that, right? To come out of that stupor. All right? Ecclesiastes 7:12. It says, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it." Right? Hey, money is a defense, man. All right? But it told you wisdom is the first defense. Okay? Hey, don't betray wisdom to chase after the things in which money can buy. All right? Chasing that bag. Okay? Really chasing acceptance from the world. You see? We understand that, hey, the purchasing power of the dollar is rapidly decreasing. Okay? Inflation is rapidly increasing. You see? So trying to keep up with the Joneses is a rat race that's impossible to win. Even though these people, they seem like they won, but you don't understand the exhaustion it takes to keep up with that, man. All right, keeping up with the trends and things of that nature. Forsake that shit, man. Forsake the idea of even following that shit, man. Man, Jake be tripping. Hey, it's time to lock in. All right, the MOTB is being ushered in. All right, the groundwork has been done. All it takes is one catastrophe to happen, and the mark could be here, man. All right. This Sirach 11:21, and I'm gonna get out of here with that. And it reads, "Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord, and abide in thy labor." You see? Marvel not at the works of sinners. Yeah, they got, the riches of this world, okay? And all the accolades that come with it, the land, the females, the cars, the boats, yachts, okay? The glory that come with it. Because it is a glory, right? But it's not righteous glory. You see? It's wicked glory. So it's really not even glory at all, man. But, nevertheless, it says, "Marvel not at the works of the sinners." Okay? But trust in the Lord. We trust in the Lord. And it's going to tell you in verse 22. You see? But it says back in verse 21, "For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord to make Slakia. Getting tongue-tied. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich." And I brought this out Saturday as we was going into it, man. It's one of my favorite precepts. You're not all right. And I'm saying poor in the most humble way as possible. Okay, because obviously we not rich. All right. But Jake not poor for out of coincidence. No, it's like that to keep you humble. Okay. We get the things in which we need, man, our daily bread. Yahweh Shemi Awashai, make sure we get those things that we may be able to, all right, get up and prophesy the next day, man. Because if Jake got what they wanted, Jake could forget about the fucking scriptures. Excuse my French, man. Jake could forget about the ministry, the Akim, the goal, if they got everything that they wanted, man. And that's why I'm doing this lesson, bro. All right, we catch hell in order to remind us what the mission is. Because somewhere in our walk, we're going either too far to the right or too far to the left. And the Lord has sent, he sends you a spiritual correction to get you back on the straight and narrow path, man. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, tell you it's a time for everything. It's a time for us to, put our head down and work right now, man. All right? We'll have all the time in the kingdom, to pretty much catch up on all the shit that we missed. All right? Which we ain't missing shit anyway. These people are nothing but degenerates, all right? Freaks and drug addicts, man. To hell with these people. Focus up, Jake. Focus the fuck up, man. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Verse 22. It says, and 1 second. It says back in verse 21, on the sudden to make a poor man rich. So if the Lord wanted you to be that, you would be that. All right? You would be that. But it's not so. Okay? It's not so. Verse 22. The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly. And suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish. You see? That's our reward, man. Okay? In the kingdom of heaven. All right? That's when our blessing gonna flourish and multiply. All right? I'm about to get this last precept and I'm getting out of here, bro. Because this hey, the Apostle Peter, he asked, a beautiful question, right? And I'm gonna get into it. Matthew 19 and 27. It says, then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Question mark. This Peter asking, Yahushua, hey, we've forsaken all, man. Aspirations, all of those things. We've forsaken those things. The ideas of, prospering in this world, man. Forsaking those things. And he's finna get a straight up answer. All right? Verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that which ye have, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, right, through reincarnation, all right, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? Hey, like I said earlier, the things of this world are nothing compared to, all right, the glory in which we gonna receive, man. Just like it tell you in Romans the 8th chapter, all right, the glory in which we gonna receive in the kingdom of heaven, all right, we gonna forget about all of the hardships that we went through on this side. All right, we gonna forget about those things because we gonna be so happy, all right, and so moved that those things are gonna be like just a nightmare, man. All right, a small nightmare, a dream. I think it tell you that in the book of Job, man. This whole thing of ours that we, this thing called life on this side will be like a dream, a vapor. All right. Verse 29, it says, and everyone that hath forsaken houses and brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life. That's right, man. Hey, and Yahushua covered it all. That's in red letters, man. All right. Family members, houses, okay, lands. Hey, children, wives. All right. Totally forsaking these things. All right. Meaning we putting the first thing first and everything else come behind it. As I stated earlier, it's too late in the game for Jake to be juggling between family and the truth. It's too late in the game for Jake to be juggling between, friends in the world and the truth. All right? We in the last seconds of time, the last seconds of this man's kingdom, and you got Jake straddling the fence. Okay? Hey, man. Hey, tighten up. Tighten up, Jake. Tighten up, man. Last verse. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. That's right. Those that are first in this world, they're going to be last, man. They will see you, all right, in the kingdom of heaven. Hey, and I ain't going to just not get this, all right? Because the Lord take note of all these things. These things are noted. You see, these people received their consolation. They shunned the words of the prophets. They didn't, adhere. All right? No matter who they are, friends, family, bosses, whatever. Okay? They didn't adhere, man. This Daniel 12:2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Come on, man. It don't get more straightforward than this. All right? And those that's going to wake to everlasting life, that's the elect, coming to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay? The truth. All right? And those that to shame and everlasting contempt, 2/3. Those same, family members, friends. All right? In some cases, wives, children. Hey, they're going to wake up to everlasting contempt. You see? So it's foolish to be looking back right now. It's foolish. Jake in that Lot's wife spirit, man. This shit is about to be destroyed, and Jake, still pondering on how they gonna excel in America. Come on, man. Jay got to do some real evaluating, man. Evaluate yourself and truly ask yourself, have you abandoned those ideologies, all right? Have you abandoned those aspirations? Have you abandoned, all right, the things in which you dreamed about in America? All right? The future in America. Your future in America. Abandon that shit, man. But that's all I had, man. Lord willing, this was edifying first and foremost to the hopefully elect. All right, and then those that cling unto the body. Before I get out here, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahasham.